New content is on the horizon, and in just under a week we will have a brand new season of content to get our hands on. It's been confirmed that Season 8 is going to be primarily a PvP update, and so I thought it might be an idea to go over what's actually been said about this upcoming season and try and speculate a bit about what we can expect. We also got a sneak peek at some crazy looking stuff coming in Season 8 in a new video from Rare, so stay tuned for that. Hello pirates, my name is Ellie and I post regular Sea of Thieves videos on this channel. If you want to stay up to date with the game, then remember to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when I put up a new video. In a recent tweet, Sea of Thieves confirmed that Season 8 will begin on the 22nd of November. So what do we actually know about Season 8 at this point? We know it's going to be a PvP focused update. This has been confirmed in many ways at this point, but what are the specifics? What can we really expect from a PvP update for Sea of Thieves now that Arena has gone? If we go back to the end of January this year and take a look at the roadmap which the developers released during their live preview event, you can see that for Season 8 they've stated expanded roleplay and quest types as the main feature set. Now that we know it's a PvP update, combining that information with this expanded roleplay statement and the story direction during the latest adventure, I can't help but think that the roleplay element will be to do with choosing sides and fighting for either Flameheart or the Pirate Lord. Is it finally time to pit the players against each other in a true battle of the seas? The latest adventure certainly had a King of the Hill style element to it, and I think expanding on this would be great for the game. This one side versus the other has been the direction of the game for a while now, and I think perhaps this new PvP update will take things a step further. This idea is further backed by something that Mike Chapman said during a podcast the developers recorded at Gamescom back in August.
The other thing to add is that the storyline and the next decision point, it's actually tightly linked to Season 8. I think the players will see this happening more and more, where the seasonal narrative, as we're kind of building up steam now, momentum, you'll see that seasonal narrative even more closely tied to what we're doing in adventures. Players have seen a little bit of this with the Veil of the Ancients, with how Veil of the Ancients was a focus of the Pirate Legend Voyage, and then it became part of the adventure story, but we're going even deeper for Season 8 and that set of adventures leading to the decision point, so lots to look forward to.
He also says that the update for Season 8 is the same in scope as Captaincy, which makes me very hopeful for a more sizable update than perhaps we're used to. He of course says it's a different type of update than Captaincy was, but that it's similar in scope. In terms of scope, Captaincy was pretty hefty, so that statement has me very hopeful. So we managed to get a little insight from the Gamescom podcast, but there was also another podcast recorded in October which went into even more detail about the Season 8 feature set. Here's what Mike Chapman had to say about Season 8.
So, I mean, I've teased this before. I'm going to go all in now. So let's just peel back the veneer of what was on the SOT roadmap for this year and let's specifically talk about what it is. So Season 8 is about bringing in a new way of play focused on PvP. So Season 8 is all about PvP, but crucially doing it in a way that's got that immersion and that Sea of Thieves feel. So enhances our world building, continues the storytelling, but bringing in something that our players have wanted in a very specific way, but done in adventure. So very exciting. We're all buzzing about it, and there's some
set of rewards that we've had, like for me.
An incredible set of customization that we're adding with this as well, and some fantastic environment work. Some of my most favourite environment stuff we've done really since A Pirate's Life, and arguably some of that stuff is even stronger. So.
Specifically, I find it very interesting that he mentions that this new way to play will continue the storytelling and be PvP, but within adventure mode. We also learned that this new PvP way to play will be on demand, and so I'm really excited to learn how this is all going to work within the context of the adventure setting, rather than a separate instance like Arena was. It seems like the studio are doing everything they can to work out a way for PvP players to get the on-demand PvP experience that they crave, whilst maintaining and expanding the adventure world where a lot of PvE players want to do world events on demand too. The shared world environment that's the backbone of the Sea of Thieves needs to find a balance, and it feels like they're doing everything they can to maintain that. A lot of Sea of Thieves players, including myself, tend to play a bit of everything. Some fight, some PvP and some PvE, world events. For me, the beauty of Sea of Thieves is the mixture of both worlds. It's not one side or the other for me, it's both PvP and PvE. For a long time now, we've really only been given PvE updates, and the developers have been expanding adventure with PvE events which can be triggered on demand, like the sea forts, treasuries and shrines. So it's really nice to see them doing something for PvP side of things for a change, but with this on-demand idea where we can choose when we want to take part. There is a big part of the community that have felt that the game hasn't been embracing its PvP element enough, and that this has unfortunately led to misconception about the game and how it's intended to be enjoyed. Sea of Thieves is a shared world game, and on numerous occasions now the developers have confirmed that they want both PvP and PvE to take place within adventure mode. A new way to play PvP on demand will almost certainly change up the sandbox, and it will be very interesting to see how this affects PvE and adventure. In a news video posted to the Sea of Thieves channel today, we got a sneak peek at something that looks really exciting. I'm not sure what's going on here or how this relates to the new content coming in Season 8, but it appears as though our ships will at some point be able to dive and emerge from underwater, in the same way that skeleton ships do. This is something I honestly was never really expecting to see in the game, and I can't wait to find out how it all relates to the new activities and gameplay. Some more tidbits of information about Season 8 came from the EGX panel back in September. Deliberately, Season 8 focuses on PvP, Mike Chapman says. They admit they've been careful around incentivising PvP, probably due to things like spawn camping and other negative experiences that can happen on the seas. They've even taken a step of setting up a specific team for game health to work on issues like spawn camping and ship and weapon balancing, so it'll be good to see some more focused work happening on these areas of the game. With a PvP update, it's going to be really important to have a focus on game health to make sure that the fights are as fair as they can be and balanced. Joe Neate has on multiple occasions talked about the rewards for Season 8 and how they are the best they've ever released. I'm really excited to see what these rewards are. Earlier this month, Sea of Thieves did tease a skeleton curse via Twitter. I think a lot of people assumed it was going to be a costume for Halloween because they posted it on Halloween, but it never materialised in-game, and there were some other hints of things in the video, like an updated Reaper's table, and so almost certainly this will be some of the content coming with Season 8. Remember, we'll also have the usual Season Pass, which usually includes a good chunk of rewards, so it'll be nice to have a fresh set of things to work towards, as well as the content-specific rewards that are given for taking part in the new gameplay experience. There should also be some new trinkets, because during the latest podcast they did mention 2 new alignments using the captaincy milestone system. This should mean a new set of achievements to grind for, and if they're PvP focused, which is highly likely given the content of the season, then it would certainly be an incentive to get players involved in the PvP action. During the podcast and the EGX panel, the developers also talked about the environments for this update, and they confirmed 2 new areas for Season 8. I've personally been keen for a new area for a while now, but after the Pirate's Life update, I did wonder whether perhaps we would potentially use the tunnels of the dam to venture into new areas, given the current restraints on map and world. There have been adventures that have used this as a way of introducing new areas, so it's definitely possible. I'm just not sure if that would be classed as in adventure. I know they keep saying how this new PvP gameplay is in keeping with adventure and that it happens in adventure, so who knows. I do wonder if we'll finally be able to venture below Reaper's hideout. I know it's unlikely for this year. I think that's probably something that would happen in a big update, maybe next year. But they've definitely been hinting and teasing the expansion of that area for a long time. Back when Servant of the Flame was revealed as Flameheart Jr., there was some heavy hints about the hatch opening, and so maybe I do wonder if the time might have come for us to venture below. We'll have to wait and see. Currently in game, the adventure pitting Flameheart's resurrection versus saving Pendragon, the blithering idiot that got his sword stuck in a painting, is well underway, and there's actually only 1 day now left to pick your side and get involved. I've seen an awful lot of Pendragon servers towards the latter part of the adventure, so I'm really not sure who's going to win this one. The results of the latest Community Choice adventure will be revealed on a live stream over at Sea of Thieves TV on Twitch on Friday at 4 PM UTC. After the results of the adventure, the premiere of the Season 8 trailer will be revealed. I can't wait for this new season, and I'm eager for new content, new mechanics and new places to explore. What are you looking forward to most from this PvP update? Let me know down in the comments. If you like the video, then please do leave a like and subscribe for more Sea of Thieves content. I'll be back on Friday or Saturday with a look at the trailer and the results of the adventure. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the seas.